What's up, dudes? My name is Nick. Welcome back for another kind of discussion video, I suppose that this is what this is going to be. And in this video, we're going to be talking about one of the main reasons, which kind of relates to one of the more recent and closest concerts that is upcoming, K-pop concerts that is upcoming, I should say, to me, and why I will not be attending that. We're going to talk about why I'm not, and a little bit of that, of course, coming up in this video, and let's basically just straight up get into it. And if you didn't know, Red Velvet is going to be performing in Chicago on April 29th, which for me is really, really awesome because of all of the cities in the United States that K-pop, concerts and stuff like that regularly show up at, and there's performances and all that stuff. Chicago is the closest one to me. Like, I can actually drive up there. It's like a half a day's drive to get to Chicago. It's really awesome, and it's really, really easy to get up there. It's really easy to get down. It is a no-brainer. Like, if I can afford to take a couple days off of work, or just take 2 days off even, then I can go up there for a night for like less than 24 hours or something like that, and then come right back, and the rest of my life is not interrupted. But Red Velvet's going to be in Chicago, but the unfortunate news and the reason why I will not be going, just based off of the principle of it, is because Joy is not going to be there because she's busy acting in a drama. And, it ultimately, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that she's not there because Red Velvet can, still be Red Velvet, and the performance is not going to be lacking without her. But it is just the fundamental idea of the fact that not every single member of Red Velvet is going to be on stage that is going to be the problem for me. And this doesn't apply to just only Red Velvet. This applies to like every other group that comes into the United States that is missing a member because they're busy promoting themselves in Korea. And I don't really like that. I honestly do not like that it seems just about every single year for KCON, well, either LA or New York, or both of them even, that there is at least one group in the entire lineup that is missing a member because they're doing things that are supposedly more important than performing live on stage for a bunch of paying fans. And, to me, at the end of the day, when it really comes down to it, it kind of shows from the companies who are responsible for these groups, in this case for Red Velvet, SM Entertainment, that it kind of shows that SM has a little bit of a lack of respect for the fans in the United States, that they will not make accommodations or, make appropriate plans for the full entire lineup to be on stage to perform for the fans who are paying money to buy tickets to be there in attendance. And, you just really have to, and I just kind of comes down to, like, you ask the question of, do fans in Korea, when they perform solo concerts in Korea, do they always get the full lineup of the group? They absolutely do. A group would not, or a company, I don't think would ever imagine or consider putting out a concert in Korea without the full group lineup taking stage, unless, of course, someone is hurt or sick and they really can't change plans. Like, they would not actually start playing a concert with the knowledge that a member of a group, in this instance, Red Velvet, that Joy from Red Velvet, I should say, is going to be occupied acting in a drama. Like, SM Entertainment would not be planning a solo concert in Korea for Red Velvet at this time. But within the next month, they're going to be performing in Chicago, missing a member because Joy acting in a drama in Korea is more important. So as much as these companies kind of course, they want our attention, they want our money, they don't. Maybe it shows a little bit of of how they view us. Of course, we should know, and it is like, and I'm not saying that it's wrong or anything like that, that Koreans are specific, because we're listening to Korean pop, and it is aimed at them, it is in their language. We're lucky that there is some English in it, and we're lucky that they kind of sometimes cater to us and try and attract an international audience. But that, ultimately doesn't mean that if they're going to make the effort to send a group to the United States to perform even one show anywhere in any city in the United States, that they shouldn't put the effort into you make sure that the full lineup is in there. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, if they won't do, if they will not field a partial group for a Korean audience, why should they? Why should it be acceptable and okay for them to do it in the United States? And to me, it just isn't okay. Now, that isn't to say, of course, that it's completely wrong, and I think that everyone is horrible and bad for buying a ticket to go to this show or any show or KCON or anything like that, because of course at the end of the day, and of course these companies know this, we don't get the opportunity to see these groups perform live like ever. This might be the one and only time that Red Velvet will perform in the United States at have a solo concert in the United States. They could, of course, pop in at KCON like they did, I think, a year or two ago or something like that. Of course they could show up again, but it is very possible that they will never be in the United States again to perform. So SM knows this. SM knows that people are like, I gotta go now or else I never will get the opportunity. And so then people will spend the money, right? And that's completely fair, and there's nothing wrong with that. I absolutely have, I have no issue with that kind of attitude, to a certain extent, because of course, like I said, it ignores one of the kind of, I think, important sorts of things about live music and stuff like that, live performances, that the entire group needs to be there, and, us as a fan group compared to, Koreans as a fan group, there's obviously a little bit of a difference in how we are viewed by the companies. It's sad but true, but of course, like I said, it's understandable because we're not ultimately the target audience for a lot of this music. But that's it. Really ultimately, when it comes down to it, like, I just really think that, if a company, or if I were to have a band and I was somewhat popular in South Korea, and I wanted to go play a show in anywhere in Korea, doesn't matter, pick a city, and I was gonna show there, we were gonna go there, but one of my bandmates had to work, or he had to go do something else. He had a photo shoot because we're super popular or something like that, at the same time that we were planning our tour. I absolutely would not consider planning our tour around the time that the band member is having his photo shoot or doing whatever it is he's doing, because I want the entire group to be there. The fans in Korea of my band deserve to see the entire group. Likewise, fans such as myself of Red Velvet or any other K-pop group, like there have been numerous K-pop groups who have been short members because they've been doing more important things in South Korea. The fans such as myself also do deserve to see the full group. Just that's the ultimate idea of what I've got. So if you think if you agree with that, or if you don't agree with that, or you have a different idea, that's perfectly fine. That's kind of the point of this video, is just to kind of randomly get out, just in an unorganized fashion, because I didn't actually organize this, get my thoughts out there into the internet for you guys to take in and process, and of course share your replies and your responses to what I've got to say. So let me know what you guys think, whether you agree with me or you don't. That's perfectly fine. Leave all your comments down below, and of course, if you want to join this community that we're building here, which is all about having some free and open discussion about our thoughts and opinions, no matter what it is, click on the subscribe button down below. And of course, if you want to make sure that you do not miss a single video, click on the bell icon right below as well, so you can turn on notifications. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.